welcome to Avery's Halloween Horror Extravaganza, episode 3. Hey guys, quick little interruption to say I'm fully aware it's not Halloween anymore. But I filmed this video before it was Halloween, like way before. But I have had no motivation yet again. But trust, I'm back on my grind. But anyways, just take this video as not a Halloween video, as like just a spooky stories in general video. Trust, we're back on my grind. Trust. Hey, so I don't know if the editing went well, but guess what we're doing today? We are doing scary stories on Reddit. So that's really exciting. I know. We'll see how it goes. I know the Sterniola triplets just did it, but I had it on my notebook before they did, like before they came out with their video. I promise I'm not a copycat. Anyways, let's begin. Hey gang, are we so excited? I am. Yes, so it's gonna be a couple of scary stories, but first, subscribe if you want to. I think it would be pretty cool. Comment down below. I respond. Unless you're being mean, I probably won't respond. Anyways, let's get into it. Yes. First one. By Pier Standard 9965. I went to an abandoned hospital with my friends and it was a big mistake. We were a group of friends who had the idea to go to this specific place after eating out. We just went with flashlights and that's all, since it was like a 3-second plan. We parked by a nearby neighborhood and went to the place. Before we got in, we heard a woman calling out to us. "Hello," she said. We all heard it, but didn't think anything of it. We explored the first floor and started heading towards the second. We saw that the stairs were half collapsed. One friend from this group decided to hop on it to test if it was safe. It was my turn to head up this, and the stairs fully collapsed on me. That's what I'm saying. Leaving me to fall 8 feet down and fall on another set of stairs. Tried to get up, barely seeing anything. Noticed that I sprained my right ankle. Got a huge cut on my knee and a cut on my forehead. One of my friends picked me up. The others rushing in to get me also. Another friend falls off of another set of stairs. Now there is 2 of us injured. We got carried to the front entrance and lost my breath. Dripping blood all over my face, caught my breath, and started heading to the neighborhood. That one friend who was carrying me looked back and claimed he saw a disabled witch. I don't know if I'm supposed to say that word. Claimed that he saw a witch standing on the roof watching us leave. I looked at him to see if he was serious, and his reaction was locked on. His reaction was locked on and saw mixed emotions throughout his face. The rest of the group looks back and said they saw it. I was too scared to look back because of their reactions. I knew I was going to freeze if I were to see that thing. We all got in the car and left the place at full speed. Went to the nearest CVS and got first aid. Boy, that's not real. Stop playing. A disabled witch? Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. A disabled witch? I don't believe it. There's someone commented under it. Whoa. Girl, you know dang diggity dang well that ain't real. Yep, don't believe it. Yeah. Next. Okay. Let's do this. I think some of you have heard this story, but I'd like to share it since I do think it's kind of creepy. A doctor was working a night shift at the hospital. One of his tasks were to go get something from the basement of the hospital. I think some supplies. He got into the lift and saw a woman on it. A woman? Out and about? She was wearing a hospital gown. Patients were allowed to roam around the hospital, but at 12, they had to be in their rooms. He smiled at her for a way of greeting and got into the lift. He pressed the button that led to the basement. He was surprised that there wasn't a button pressed for where the woman was headed, but he didn't think much of it because he thought she was probably headed to the basement. God knows why. When the lift doors opened, he saw an old man limping towards the lift, and the doctor quickly started to press buttons before he could come near them. The woman asked, "Why did you do that?" The old man probably wanted to go to his room. The doctor looked at her and said, "Didn't you see his wrist? He was wearing a red band. That means he died. And I know he died last night since I did his surgery." The woman lifted up her sleeve and the doctor froze. "A band like this one?" the woman said, signaling to a red wristband. That one's obviously not real, but that's kind of scary. That's kind of scary. I know some of you guys are probably like, "Bro, that ain't scary." Bro. Oh, but it is. Oh, but it is. Literally. Okay. Next one. This next one was in subreddit camping. Scary true story that happened to me. I lived at the edge of a national forest in the southern US. We used to have a huge problem with armadillos digging at my mother's garden at night, so our solution was to go out every night with a shotgun to handle them. One hot summer night, I came outside and did my usual walk around. As I was nearly to the back door, everything went silent. Not the silence of a hot summer night, but the dead silence of every animal in the area going dead quiet all at once. I was immediately on edge and began looking around in the dark, the flashlight on the shotgun cutting through the darkness. Then I pointed the light at the tree line about 50 yards away. What I saw still haunts my dreams if I think about it too much. It was a set of glowing red eyes. Now you'd think, oh, it's just a fox, deer, coyote's eyes. No, these eyes were about 4 feet off the ground and more than a foot apart. On top of that, there was nothing attached to the eyes. No body, no shadow, just nothing. Every hair on my body went straight up. I've hunted dogs in the dark, been stalked by a mountain lion, and came face to face with a black bear. But those eyes scared me more than all the others combined. I raised the shotgun and fired! A massive fireball and the boom of the shotgun shattered the silence of the night. But the eyes remained the same. Oh, the eyes remained, and this time, the eyes or whatever they were attached to growled. It was a deep guttural growl that seems to vibrate off your bones. I began firing as fast as I could, walking backwards towards the house. The eyes began slowly advancing. I reached the back door, threw it open, and flipped on the floodlights for outside. From the other side of the door, I heard an angry hiss, like water being thrown into a fire. The eyes were gone, and though I didn't sleep that night, I never saw them again. See, my take, it's not real. I don't know, bro. This doesn't seem real, or it was just a bear. Assuming this is real, just a bear, honey bun. It is just a bear, honey bun. Nothing to be scared of. Unless there is something to be scared of. Let's see if we have something else. Okay, this one looks scary. The writer says, I got one my father told happened to his brother when they were kids. I've asked my uncles about this separately, and they all tell the exact same story. So this could be real. They lived in a small town in Mexico that was well known for its brujeria. Brujeria? Please don't kill me. I'm sorry. Or witchcraft is what it's called, I guess. They lived next to their grandmother's house, and the only thing separating the two houses was a small river gorge that was mostly dry. On this day, my father and all of his brothers crossed the gorge to go eat lunch at their grandmother's. My uncle, Jeheselo, guys, please don't actually kill me. Sorry, I didn't mean it. I literally don't know. Jeheselo was napping, so they left him behind. When he woke up, he said the house was deathly quiet, so he got up to look for his mom. When he did, he saw a woman in the long mirror in their bedroom. Looking around, he didn't see her in the bedroom with him, just in the mirror combing her hair. I don't like this one, guys. He said he just got a feeling of like in the room. He started screaming and crying. He screamed so loud his brother started all the way across the porch. Guys, this feels real. I don't like it. When they heard him, they all ran back to get all together. Uncle Mayo was the first of the door. When he opened it, a massive bird flew out of the house and found their brother who was absolutely inconsolable. He was shaking, and my dad said he stayed that way for days. And then the author says, I don't know how true it is, but my dad is sort of a jokester. When he tells the story, he gets real serious, like he really doesn't know what to think of what his brother said he saw. I feel like he believes him, and I believe my dad. There's all sorts of weird, creepy things that happen in the town. My great aunt's house is like the most haunted house in there. It's pretty crazy. Hey, that's scary. I'm not a fan of how scary that is. What? Do I believe it? Okay, let's find our last one, guys. Okay, gang. This one is from Search and Rescue Woods on the Reddit No Sleep, on like the subreddit. I don't really know how it's like, yeah. I don't know the lingo, but he's a search and rescue officer for the U.S. Forest Service, and he has some stories to tell. I have a pretty good track record for finding missing people. Most of the time they just wander off the path or slip down a small cliff and can't find their way back. The majority of them have heard the old stay where you are thing and they don't wander far. But I've had 2 cases where that didn't happen. Both bother me a lot, and I use them as motivation to search even harder on the missing person cases I get called on. The first went missing. The first was a little boy who was out berry picking with his parents. He and his sister were together, and both of them went missing around the same time. Their parents lost sight of them for a few seconds, and in that time, the kids apparently wandered off. When their parents couldn't find them, they called us, and we came out to search the area. We found the daughter pretty quickly, and when we asked her where her brother was, she told us that he had been taken away by the Bear Man. She said he gave her berries and told her to stay quiet, that he wanted to play with her brother for a while. The last she saw of her brother, he was riding on the shoulders of the Bear Man and seemed calm. Bro. He goes, Of course, our first thought was abduction, but we never found a trace of another human being in that area. The little girl was also insistent that he wasn't a normal man, but that he was tall and covered in hair, like a bear, and that he had a weird face. We searched that area for weeks. It was one of the longest calls I've ever been on, but we never found a single trace of that kid. The other was a young woman who was out hiking with her mom and grandpa. According to the mother, her daughter had climbed up a tree to get a better view of the forest, and she'd never come back down. They waited at the base of the tree for hours calling her name before they called for help. Again, we searched everywhere, but we never found a trace of her. I have no idea where she could have possibly gone, because neither her mother or grandpa saw her come down. What? First with the Bear Man, that's creepy. That freaks me the frick out, actually. I don't like that. No, at all. And then with this dude, this girl who went up in a tree, and I don't like my heart. Like, what the flip? I don't like that at all. She just never came back down. That's scary. Anyways, thanks for watching episode 3 of Avery's Halloween Horror Extravaganza. I really hope you enjoyed it. If you came this far, you probably enjoyed it a little bit. So, subscribe if you wanna. Turn on notifications too, because I don't have a posting schedule anymore, because I found out I cannot stick to that. So, yeah, turn on notifications so you know when I post. Also, follow me on my socials. They're all under Avery Day. That would be pretty cool if you wanted to do that, Anyways, I love you guys so much. Come see me again. Bye.